Hello everyone. I'm Angelica Cabiles from BSIAICT 3B, and now I will discuss about Unit 3 Authentic Assessment of the Affective Domain, and the subtopic is the appropriate methods, the development and interpretation and utilization. First is the development. Development of effective assessment tools. According to Macmillan, 27, the method of assessing affective targets has three feasible methods to evaluate affective traits and disposition. The three feasible methods are student report, teacher observation, and peer ratings. First is the student self-report. In this method, there are ways to show students' influence as self-report. The common and coordinate way is having a casual discussion or interview. Students can answer to a survey or questionnaire about themselves or the other students. And this is the example of self-questionnaire. There have categories strongly agree, disagree, or strongly disagree. These are short of personal communication that teachers can utilize with their students. It can be discussions, individual interviews, group interviews, and casual conversations to assess effects. The self-report questionnaire, there have sub-topic is about constructed response format. It is straight format, a forward approach requiring students about the effect by reacting to a statement or to a question. The other way to actualize constructed response format by means of an essay. And this is the example of constructed response format. And next is the selected response format. This selected response format, it looks like multiple choices at assessment are composed of questions to which there is typically one best answer. They are sometimes referred to as objective assessment by SASCI 2018. And this is the example of selected response format. And the second feasible method is the teacher observation. This method is one of the necessary tools for formative assessment. In using observation, the primary things to do is determine in advance how particularly behaviors relate to the target. The student's behaviors indicates positive and negative attitudes towards learning. This is the positive and negative attitudes towards learning. The rarely misses class, rarely late to class, the positive, the asks lots of questions, helps other students, work well independently without supervision. Negative is frequently absent, is frequently tardy, rarely asks a questions, rarely helps other students, need a constant supervision, is not involved in extracurricular activities. There are some negative and positive attitudes toward learning. After the list of behavior has been created, the teacher must choose whether to use an informal, constructed observation or a formal one and constructed. These two types differ in terms of arrangement and what is recorded. First is the unstructured observation, can also be used for the reason of making summative judgments. In using unstructured observation, it is essential to have at least some guidelines and examples of behaviors that demonstrate affective traits. Unstructured observation is more practical, which suggests teachers can record everything they have observed and are not limited by what is contained in a checklist or rating scale. And the second is the structured observation. It differs from unstructured observation with regard to preparation needed as well as in the way observation is recorded. And the last feasible method is peer ratings. Is the less common method among the three feasible methods of assessing effect because of the nature of learners. they don't continuously take this activity seriously, and most regularly than not they are subjective in conducting defer rating. For rating, you can rate yourself, your group mates, and sinabi na dito sa topic na hindi siya siniseryoso kasi you can give what you want ratings para sa sarili mo or para sa grupo mo. And you are finished about the development of assessment. Now, let's proceed to interpretation and utilization. Interpreting and utilizing the different methods of combination of methods in assessing affect. Each of the three feasible methods, the student self-report, teacher observation, and rating, has its own advantages and disadvantages. In choosing for which method or methods to utilize, consider the following factors. First, the type of affect that needs to be assessed. A common response to something or someone can best be gathered through observation. Nevertheless, if an attitude component is to be diagnosed, a self-report will give a better knowledge. Then, the second is if the information needed is from group or individual responses. If group response and tendencies are required, selected response self-report method is suitable because it guarantees anonymity and it's easily to scored. The third is the use of information. If the intention of the affective assessment is to utilize the outcomes as supporting input or to grading, the multiple approach is essential and the mindful of the plausibility of having fake comes from self-report, even from peer judgment. And that's all about the interpretation and utilization, the different methods of combination of methods in assessing affect. And my view about the topic, about what I reported, is after studying these topics, I learned why development of affective assess tools are being utilized by the teacher. The student self-report, teacher observation, and peer rating plays an important role in classroom, since it would help every teacher to determine the affective domain of each student. In addition, interpreting and utilizing the different methods in assessing affect will recognize what type of affect are needs to be assessed. And that's all about my report, about my topic. I hope you enjoy watching and you have a lot of knowledge to learn. Thank you.